And the first thing we're going to do is host a meeting with video on. You're going, why do we have to host a meeting with video on? I'm going to click allow. Video is one of those things that conveys a lot. And as you see my picture pop up here, I'm going to join in. You can get a lot of information just from looking at the person and seeing that, oh yeah, are they passionate about what they're doing? Do you really, you get a lot more out of video than you do a static web page. Not saying that static web pages don't have their place, but video is where we're headed with webinars or online meetings. So let's see how this Zoom works. So far it was pretty easy after you got it installed and went to host a meeting. Over here on the bottom left, we have, excuse me, a mute or unmute your audio. Same thing, you can stop your video if you want. You need to pick your nose or something, come back, bring your video back. Same thing with audio if you have a cough. We're going to take advantage of the invite feature. And right down here, there's an option called copy URL. So what I would encourage you to do is find a colleague, and what you would do is send them an email. You could do it by a text also, and various other ways, but the simplest is you're going to email this link to them, and then what will happen is as they join, and let me switch over to, there's a little application, they will show up here under manage participants. Currently there's only one participant because it's just me recording myself. So you click here, their name would show up here on the right. You'd be able to mute them if you want, but the big concept is you need to practice. You never sell a service, particularly a webinar or an online meeting service, without having used it. So the best way to learn it is to get a colleague or two and start playing with it, particularly the features I'm going to show you here shortly. The chat is pretty self-explanatory. There'll be a chat sessions. The recording is what's really powerful. For being a free tool, you'll be able to record your expertise. And so let's go in and see how that's done. Let's go under the share screen option. What will show up here are the various windows that you have open on your computer. I have a PowerPoint open currently with just a little bit of information on it. It's actually just one slide. There's also, you remember, there's a Safari browser. I have my mail open. Now, again, I'm doing this on a Mac, but it works perfectly fine on a PC. In fact, I would encourage you to use a Mac or a PC when you're doing anything that you have to record your videos, because it will record them locally and still for free. If you use a tablet or something else, you'll have to buy the $15 a month option because it stores it in the cloud. But let's say you wanted to share with your participants that show up a whiteboard, and you select that option and you can write on here and they can see it, and away you go. I'm not going to do that, even though I'm a former math teacher and it's a lot of fun. You can also share your iPhone or iPad. So if you want to show somebody what the app looks like, the icon, or how it operates, and you could operate it off to the side of your computer. But what I'm going to do is, we're going to talk about, as a trainer, you have to do a testimonial. And I'm going to show you how I did mine. And it's not the only way to do testimonials, but just to give you an idea how this works. To start, if I move my cursor up here by this green or red area, you'll see different tools. And again, they're similar to stop, video, mute, just as we saw before. Actually, it looks like it's in exact same order. It has an annotate feature and so forth. But there's a more option. And what we're going to leverage is how to record what you are presenting for your testimonial. As a trainer, you have to give a little testimonial about yourself, and then I'll show you how you put that on our service, so people have a good idea of what kind of person you are just by watching the video and listening to you. You could type it all up, but nobody has a real good idea whether or not they'd want to listen to you for 30 minutes or not. But with some video, they'll have an idea. So there's the option to end the meeting and stop recording. So what I'm going to do is come down here and start my PowerPoint. Now, it disappeared there, so if you move your cursor right where the green or the red is, it pops back up. And I'm going to do this. It's going to be a little kludgy. I'm going to choose record. Hi, I'm Tom. I'm not going to give my last name. I'm not going to give any specific information about myself because that's one of the rules of this service. You keep everything generic until an actual contract between the district and you is set up and an in-service scheduled. So I've got a lot of experience, etc. So I'm going to move my cursor back up here and I'm going to turn it, tell it to do, not pause, but stop recording. And there's a little green window that popped around everything. And you go, well, gosh, that wasn't very good. So here's more likely, I'm not going to explain what I'm doing, but here's what you would do, for example, with your PowerPoint. If you were doing a PowerPoint, you could do a Word document, whatever you want. But when you go to record, you come up and you select the record option. There are shortcuts too. This is Command-Shift-R on a Mac. There's probably something very similar on a PC, but I'm going to select it this way and try to do an actual demo here. Hi, I'm Tom, and I'm a former teacher, and I've got lots of experience, and I would love to work with your school district. All right, that wasn't too good, but you get the idea. With a little practice, you can kind of see how you go about, and let's go ahead and go to the More option and end the meeting.